Dual button. We've seen this with many add-ons for page builders, but a very special dual button we get from the Element Pack by BD Themes. Let's have a look at what this dual button can do. And I'll begin by just styling some hero kind of image here quickly. You know, often when you see tutorials online, people just show you the thing and you're like, huh? What did you just do? So let me not do that. Let me do something here that we can actually see what I'm busy with. Give it some minimum height here. Oops, wrong one. But I want to restrict this anyway. Make this box a little bit smaller. Go back here, cover, and let's position it at the bottom center. Okay, good. And just make it a little bit higher, I think. There. Right, so let's bring in a heading. Our guided museum tours. Okay, and then let's style this to a nice color here. Did I put it? Why not? Do it. There we go. And then typography, let's go for something daunting script. Okay. And then make it bigger. Our guided museum tours. And then drag in some text. But of course, I'm not going to really write anything there. I'm just going to use their placeholder text. And we can bring in a divider as well. The standard, you know, the standard. Okay, and then let's make that divider around 3. And let's actually, for the width, reduce it. But I can barely see that. So we'll definitely have to make it a color like white. And then, as you notice, these things are spaced too far. And you may be tempted to go and play around with the padding and things like that. But I would recommend you first go to your section, edit section, and then here on the layout, am I now right? On the layout, oh, column. Where am I? On the column, widget space, reduce this to 0, and you will see it removes that. Now, of course, this is too close, but then that is much easier. You can drag in a spacer. Of course, again, you can play around with margins and padding, but spacer is just so nice. Finally, let's get to the purpose of the video. JP, it's about time. Dual button by Element Pack. Great little feature. And I'm going to show you, again, too many things that you can do with this little add-on. It's going to blow your mind. Let's drag in a spacer over here as well. And then let's style these buttons. Just going to increase that spacer. Let's style these buttons. First, let's give these buttons some context. So we have 2 tours at the museum. You can see over here button A. So the text is day tour. And then for button B, we're going to call it, you guessed it, night tour. I'm pretty sure night tour was in your head while I stayed quiet for a while. You can add a link here. Of course, you need to have a link, otherwise your button is pretty useless. You can also use this feature called on-click. I don't really have a function for on-click, but you can go and click here for on-click explanation. And if you're like me, you walked away more confused than you were enlightened. But I did figure it out, but I'm not going to use it. So if you ever get to the stage in your life where your buttons do not please you the way they used to please you at the beginning of your relationship, then go to on-click and find out how you can spice up your button relationship. Then your alignment, you can change the alignment for the text. You can see the text is slightly moving around there. I think we're going to leave it to the center, otherwise it's just going to look weird next to the other button. So I'm going to deactivate the on-click, and then you can add your own one there. Let's look for an icon. I wonder if there's a left. Oh, okay, we can put this little chiffon to the left, but we don't want it that side. We actually want it on the left. And then let's do the same for the other button. You can put your link there, as you know. And then we're going to look for right, and I'm pretty sure the word right popped into your head as well. And we're going to leave that one on the right, but not enough space. Okay, so what we need to do for that one is we will need to increase the spacing of the width of these buttons. And I believe we do it over here. Presto. Good. Let me also then go back to button B and increase the icon space. Icon. There we go. Right. Nice. So let's have a look quickly just at button A again. Everything that you can do here. You can change the text, you can add your link, you can align the text inside, you can add your icon, and then you can have your icon position and give it icon spacing. Let's go style this. And the first thing we will do is we will style our button A. I'm going to give button A white background. Is it white? Have I clicked on it? Button A, it's at effect, and let me see. Why is it not changing? Over here. I'm playing with the text color. There we go. Right, so what do I want to do for my background? Click on there. I always forget to click on that. There, I do it again. Okay, what I want to do for my background is I want to grab one of these brown hues over here. So I go to my color pick eyedropper and then hover over here. Grab this one. Control C, Command C for copy. And then now that one text color, I'm going to paste it in my text color. There we go. Right, so let's do something for the hover. The hover, we are just going to also choose background white, but we are going to reduce the opacity. Okay, that's good enough for me, if it's good enough for you. Let's go then to the next button, and that will be button B. Button B, I'm going to do the opposite. This is a very common effect, or let's do a very common thing that you see online. I wanted to show you one, but I've just changed my mind. In fact, we're going to do background color, and what we are going to do for the color is we're going to reduce the opacity completely. Only problem that I see here is I don't seem to, there, I did it again. There we go. I don't seem to have a border element here, so I guess you can only apply border once. Yes. So let's do that, border. And then what we will choose for the border there, where is the border color? Border radius, solid, border. And then now we have to increase. Things are getting complicated here. JB, are you still holding on? I'm panicking, but I'm holding on. And the border solid. And where is the color for the border now? Border color. Now it pops up here in button A and B. Hey, I'm surviving, okay? I'm surviving. So for the border here for button A, I'm going to put it on white. So it goes together with that one. Phew, I should get a medal. And then for this one, I'm also going to be making it white. But that's way too thick, that border. Let's make it one. And right, so this is what I mean by typical. Okay, for button B, let's do the hover options. And this time for the hover options, we are going to bring in a white background and reduce the opacity as well. So it should look like this. Good. And this is a very easy way for your dual button and a very typical setup. And why the Element dual button functions so well is especially when you go into responsive modes. So if you were to go into tablet mode, they play well with each other. And then if you were to go to mobile, they should be styled like this. You may have to go and reduce your icons because that is just disgusting. Now, let's show you one more feature, what makes this dual button outstanding. Go back to content and then go to button, and then you see here middle text, and you click on the middle text. And it will add this little circle in the middle, and you can add a word in there that will display the middle text. And this is actually a very good example of a middle text situation. Do you want the day tour or do you want the night tour? And let's go over here, button text, and I'm curious, now the middle text pops up. You have to be aware of the fact that these things do not pop up when they are not activated, which is actually kind of nice. And then for the background, I want to paste that color that I had copied, the brown, coffee brown. That means my text color, I'm going to switch that to white. And I believe, isn't there also a box shadow? I wonder what is that outline one over there. Box color image. Okay, very nice. Let's update it and then let's go and preview it so you can see how it looks if it were to be displayed on your site. Oh, very nice. This looks really professional. Somebody should pay me for doing these things. This is really engaging. It looks good and it looks different. Let's have a look at all the various things that you can achieve with this dual button by BD Themes and the Element Pack. You know, from the top, the other thing that you can be aware is the, well, what do you call this? Transition. This is something that we haven't looked at. Do look at the gray effects over there. So let's have a quick look at that. We choose our button, and then we go over here, and let me just quickly see where that is. Let's go to button A. There, effect. There we go. And you've got A, B, C, D, E, F, all the way to I. If I click on that, the effect changes like that. Ooh, nice. Okay. Don't put too many decorations on the Christmas tree. Just make it look good, okay? Remember. Right, so that is what you can do with the effect. Let's look at some other nice things that they've done here. Your button size, we've looked at that. You can make it nice, and you can have that one that we saw. You can put the icon at the top. You can put the icon at the bottom. Different color stylings, the OR functions, gradients for background images, and it looks really, really unique. This is the dual button. I like it. Like I said, for me, this is very nice. With a few clicks, we made a very nice hero call to action banner, something that is very inviting and look good on the site.